Hi girls, this is just a quick way to revise how we calculate the gradient looking at the graph. So first of all, you'll be given a graph just like this, and we're looking at using this formula here, the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the first thing you need to do is label 2 points on the graph that you can use to work out the gradient. So I would be suggesting that you select this one here, this point here, which for our x value is 0 and our y value is 2. So label that first of all, just like I'm doing here. And then you choose another point that you can read off the graph. So the other point I'm looking at is when x equals 1, I can see that it hits the graph where y equals 5. So that would be the 2 points I'm going to use to work out the gradient. The next thing from that you need to do is work out which is our first point and our second point. Now, this doesn't really matter which order that you do, but usually the point on the left is our first point that we use, and we label it x1 and y1, and our second point is what we label x2 and y2. Then all we need to do is we're going to use this formula here. So wherever we see y2, instead of putting y2, we're going to put in the value of our example here, which is 5. And then we're going to subtract y1. So we're going to subtract 2. And then on the bottom you're going to have x2, which is 1, which we can see from our graph, and x1, which is 0. So you need to write it down, just as I'm going to show you here. And then so to equate the gradient, we'll just put our equal sign in, draw in our fraction line, and our y2 value you can see from our graph is 5, and then we're going to subtract our y1 value, which is 2, and then we're going to do x2, which is 1 from our graph, minus our x1 value, which is 0. So when we're working this out, 5 take away 2 is 3, and then we're going to divide it by 1 take away 0, which is 1. So that gives us an answer of 3. So our gradient for the graph that we're looking at here is 3.